In my life, there are two types of people I have encountered through the years who helped me to understand and believe that I could get sober, take care of my health, build a beautiful life, trust myself, stop neglecting myself, neglecting my health and well being. Two types of people, and I want to acknowledge them because it's nice to remember angels we have met in human form, and also maybe to understand the weight of the people we interact with and spend time with. So, the first type of person I met who helped me was the person who set boundaries and sometimes even left and said, I'm done here. I'm done with your BS. Because when I was deep in drinking and self sabotage, I wasn't a great friend. I wasn't a hard worker. I wasn't a great partner. And there were people who said, enough. I'm done with this. And I didn't see them as angels at the time. I thought they were awful for leaving, awful for setting a boundary, awful for having standards. But now I can see how important these people were and are, because ultimately they were saying, I want better. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to play the game. I'm not going to be an enabler. I'm not going to participate in this way of living. And when people leave or set a boundary, they really give us an opportunity to step it up, to get honest with ourselves. It can be shocking. It can be destabilizing. It can be scary, sad, heartbreaking when people leave or set a boundary, especially when we're not used to that. But at the end of the day, having our world shaken up a bit is a gift. It helps us to level up. Eventually, it probably doesn't even happen right away for most people, but you never forget these people, these angels, these folks who said this isn't going to work. Okay, and I'm so grateful to the people who did that, who said enough. Okay. The second type of person is the person, it's kind of like twofold, okay? I'll put this under the same umbrella. Is the person who either said, you're better than this. Actually, you're better than this. Like, why are you out here drinking all the time? Why are you out here, making a mess? Why are you out here setting low standards for yourself? Why are you out here dating people you shouldn't be with, spending time with people you shouldn't be with? Living a life that's just not for you. What are you doing? People who are so direct, oh my gosh, a lot of people aren't that direct, okay? It's a gift when someone tells you this. Fine, I'm sure someone might say it and it's not accurate. They don't know what they're talking about. But you can tell when someone is speaking from the heart, looking out for your best interest, and knows that you can do better. I'm so grateful to the people who told me this, who said that to me, because it did shock me. They weren't enabling me. They weren't just going with the flow. They were saying, hey, what's going on here? Also, the people who, I'm putting this under the same umbrella, who even amongst the chaos looked at me and said, oh my gosh, I love this thing about you. Or you're so good at that. Or I like when you do this. And this type of person is very rare, because typically I have found that people treat you how you expect to be treated, or how you're treating yourself. So if you're have low standards, no boundaries, you drink like wild, you neglect your health, neglect your well-being, don't work towards your goals, don't hold promises to yourself or others, a lot of people will meet you where you're at. I'm not saying it's right, but it's usually how it works. And that kind of is what it is, which is why actually it's important to learn to expect love and respect, because then people will meet you there. but that's another story. But when you're deep in it, when you're deep in addiction, you're deep in self-neglect, deep in self-hatred, when someone can look at you, see beyond what you expect, see beyond how you're treating yourself and say, wow, you're really beautiful. Wow, you are a good person. Wow, I love this. You're so talented with this. Remember when you did this great thing? These people are true angels. I really want to be more like them because they treat everyone with respect, not just those who expect it. They treat people they can get nothing from with respect. And I'm so grateful to these people who looked at me and kind of shined a light on my soul when I wasn't connected to it. So these are people I've met in my life. The person who set the boundaries and said, I'm going. The people who said, what's going on here? You can do better than this. The people who said, even when I was in chaos, even when everything was messy and smelly and falling apart, they looked at me and said, I love this about you. You know, you're beautiful, you're special. And that is such a contrast to kind of everyone else. You know, when you're going out drinking and things aren't in order, your health isn't in order, your mind isn't in a good place, you're not happy, you're not well, and you're surrounded by people who just say, it's fine, let's go get hammered, let's go sit around all day and not do much, it's fine, oh, you blacked out last night, it's fine, it's no big deal. People who just don't care. Maybe that's because they don't care either when they do it. So it's not any fault of theirs, but rather to acknowledge the importance of the people we surround ourselves with and to extend gratitude to those who didn't enable, expected more from us, wanted more for us, told us about our beauty. This isn't everyone. It's kind of rare. But I'm so grateful to these people because they planted a seed. And you know what I mean when you remember these gifts people gave us, even the gift of someone leaving because they weren't going to tolerate your way anymore. Sometimes it can take years for that seed to grow and bloom, but you never forget it, and it takes time. And even some of these words that I heard or boundaries that were set years ago have paid off and have started to make sense as I move forward, as I step into sobriety, as I continue to bloom with these seeds, you know, and I can look back and say, wow, that was really important that happened, that they said that they offered that to me, that they left. That was powerful. Thank God that happened. I wouldn't be here now if it didn't. So these are two groups of people, if you will, that I think about a lot, that I'm grateful to. Some of them I don't even talk to anymore, and that's okay because they, things change, and I'm grateful they gave me these gifts. So have you met people like this? Has it helped you? What other kind of people have greatly served you on your path of sobriety and growth? I'd love to hear. Comment below and let me know. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for listening. Come back for more talks about sobriety, health, confidence, finding your voice, coming home, waking up.